Hey everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of You Studios, and this is Making Comics Art episode 178. Here solo today, but welcome everyone. Yeah, so it's been a little while. I haven't streamed since Thursday. Just got buried in a couple of deadlines I had to get through, and Allison was busy otherwise as well. Hopefully, she'll be back tomorrow and Thursday. Uh, this will be, a short week and the last few streams of the year. So I'm thinking tomorrow we'll probably do a recap of, you know, how we felt we did this year and what we expect from next year, kind of thing. Um, and then Thursday, we're doing a very kind of different, funky episode called Johnny Lobster's Clam Jam, where we'll be making art, working on stuff, and some live music, perhaps. And we have Landon with us. Hey man, how's it going? The last artwork you inked was awesome, dude. Thanks, man. That's a cover, and actually I have it here because I intended to show it for a couple of specific reasons. So yeah, this is going to be an IGG exclusive cover for a crossover book. Um, so I don't know if you can tell, but I do my blue lines in red. So that may show up a little bit. You can probably see it. Not so much. Um, but yeah, at least on my monitor, it's coming out pretty black and white. Anyway, so yeah, it's an exclusive cover. I posted on my socials, so you can go sign up to the it's Indiegogo, IGG, if you didn't know, and get I've seen my cover, I've seen um, other people's covers, and I don't think I've seen Pages yet, um, but that's freaking rad, man. Thanks, buddy. Um, so okay, so in the post, mostly on Facebook and Twitter, my Instagram was a little cropped. Um, the penciler's name is Alan Goldberg, I believe, um, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that specifically is his signature. It's a circle with a kind of sideways V. Um, and I hope that's his signature because otherwise they're going to have to do some digital work on it. But I sign my signature normally. So, yeah, I'll just do it this way. So I signed it normally. I just kept it in a rectangular formation. And then it digitally went in a little bit later and moved Alan's signature and my signature and moved it into this corner since there was a little more black in this area. But I inverted my signature so that it was white letters on a black background, so that made more sense. So yeah, I did that digitally, and then even though I have a white halo outline on sort of this side of the figure, um, I went in and digitally beefed it up a little bit. Like some of the background lines, I did the background first, and some of the background lines go right up to the figure. So I made sure it was disconnected. So hopefully, like, it's kind of difficult to color halos, and some colors are better than others, but hopefully it will make it look better and make the figure pop from the background, and a little, just a tad bit more. Um, anyway, yeah, this is one of the deadlines I had to take care of. Lana goes, how did you ink it? Did you use tech pens for the buildings? Yeah, I mean, for the most part, um, you know, n- minus the sort of rough like cement surface, all those little nuances I added. Pretty much all the straight lines are all tech pens, otherwise known as repeater graphs. Um, I use a very thin line one and a medium sort of line one. And in some cases, where it's big black areas, I can go in with a much thicker black outlined one. But yeah, that was all technical. Um, and normally, this kind of line work, it may be difficult a little bit to see. But this is like straight core hatching. So you got horizontal lines and then you got vertical lines. This I decided to do freehand because he wasn't as exacting with what that looked like in pencils. And decided to take a crack at sort of trying it by hands. So most of it's brush. Um, there might have been a little bit quill. I went in and whatnot, um, but it's sort of like fades to black kind of, and then we have these sort of mist effects here. And there's different ways of doing that. I decided just to do um, brush and quill. Some people do, like, take out sponges and do all kinds of crazy things, but I like to do everything with a brush or a quill, for the most part. Dun, dun, dun. And I say, this cover is the reason I fell in love with comics. Not kidding. Wow. Well, if that's true, man, then yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, this is a fantastic cover. Alan is a freaking art artisan, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. I always feel like I could do better, but I'll do better next time. Is like, at the same time I was trying to rush to get it done. I'm trying to also take my time and do a good job. And um, there is more, like, I did a lot more quill on the background figure. Like, he's mostly brush. His hands, this is all like metal effects. I did a lot of quill in there along with brush. Same thing with his face is quill, but his body, all this line work is brush. A lot of his little nuances in the background figure are quill. Some of the cape stuff is well, mostly over here, is technical pen. Just to I wanted to make sure, like, a lot more of this over here was even, but I did a lot of this with quill, a lot of this with quill. This this was an interesting little uh, bit because he had like an overlaying part of his cape to a part of his cape that was behind it, and he had it as completely black. And I mean, I could have interpreted the building differently, but I just interpreted the building as completely black. Um, and so I didn't want to make this little bit completely black with a white outline. It would have looked silly. So I went with kind of a little, spotted a little black on the side of it to give it an edge, and then did a bunch of feathering, and I really, if if any sort of accidental part of it um, that I incorporated, then that's my little addition that I'm very superly proud of. And it's the little things that really make a difference in a piece. But I kept it pretty tight to how he had it penciled. I went a little looser here. I could have gotten much more tighter or much more gradient level. Um, but the colorist, I'm not sure who the colorist is going to be, but they're going to go in and really hopefully make this superly pop. Um, and it says some more. It's got all the elements. It's dynamic. It's got contrast, mood, good detail, good camera angle. Wow, yeah, exactly. You know, it's almost like I the first thing I said to myself, like once I looked at it, I was like, if you were looking at him, face to face, kind of, then he'd be looking down. Uh, because yeah, we're looking up, but it's kind of like we're almost, not looking more at his face than looking up at his face. I mean, we are looking up, but I got a feeling that, like, if you position this in 3D model, he'd be looking down a little bit. Anyway, um, it is very dynamic. It is very gorgeously drawn, and it's another addition to my Pete inks a cover that has buildings in the background collection. Uh, um, the solid blacks make it pop. Great interpretations. Yep. And somebody's messaging me. What's going on now? All right. Okay. Yeah. Let me turn it off. Okay. So nothing important at the moment. But yeah, it's a fantastic cover, and I got more covers to finish off, which I'll be getting to uh, hopefully before the end of the year. Um, and yeah, it's definitely um, like Landon says, it's got everything, and it's very very tight, very cool. And yeah, the only thing I would say, and this is not a bad thing. But if you're a penciler that is going to be working with inkers, um, there was a lot, and you probably can't tell. You can't tell in the camera. At least I'm looking at the screen and I can't really tell. But there's a okay. So since I printed the pencils out um, in red, there's a mostly red haze over the whole page, because uh, I don't think it was a bad scan, but I think he's so heavy with his pencils that there's an overall smudge um, to it. Now you could see a little bit of it here, like the whole page is covered with that sort of red haze. And we got some other friends showing up. Hey, Salazar, aka Frank. Hey, D, aka D. um, and yeah, so what I did is, I had the pencil file, and I made it into red line, and I erased a good part over here and some over here. I think that's pretty much all I did. Um, just to, I didn't want to be distracted from my focus, which is inking these two figures in the background, all that jazz. And this is mostly an open sky above. So yeah, there's all that. Today I was gonna do something different, and I can actually get some work in a little bit. But I figured I'd show off some of the pages to the project I'm working on, which is designated. This is Mark Torres wrote and created this book. It's a 5-issue miniseries. It's going to be published by Apex Comics Group as a graphic novel, so all one book. It's 110 pages. The artist is Jade Smith, um, and he's pretty fantastic. His people are a little quirky, but I like it. I dig it. There's a lot of kind of boring pages or straightforward pages like this. I just picked up a batch. These are in no particular order, but they're all from page. They're all from issue 2. Maybe they are in order. This is page 14. This is page 15. So this is in order. Well, here's page 19. So here's some other characters. We got Alien Guy, Alien. Woohoo! That's pretty hot. Gal, barely dressed. And she's climbing up on him. Then we have, I think these are some of the main characters, I believe. This is issue 2, page 21. Then this is page 7, issue 3. Okay, so this is the next issue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really go through the pages and get them in order. But this is a pretty cool. I think this is a hologram. Could be wrong, but yeah, it's a dragon kind of creature thing. Not sure. Not sure what's going on. I haven't. I thought I read the first issue, but then this is alien planet, alien ship, space with stars. This is inside the ship. It almost looks like Star Trek crew, but with aliens. And then alien head honcho or some guy. It's a bunch of aliens. Frank says, eh, Landon says, it's awesome, Peter. Don't worry about this much. LOL. But yeah, so that's some of the pages and some of the artwork. I'll be working on this until it's done. And let me just pick one of these pages really quick. I'll chit chat for the rest of the show and do something at least. What did I want to work on? Not that. I could work on this. I don't know. Boom. Should I work on this? I'll work on this one. No. Let me. That's because that's the next issue. Let me just focus on issue 2 first. Is this a page? Oh, okay. Guess I didn't do that. I did the borders. One of the first things I did the borders of every page. And I used the thickest riprograph I have. But yeah, so I'll work on that page. and I got everything stored away in my desk drawer below. I feel like the light can be brighter, but I have a desk lamp, and if I turn that on, it's going to glare. All right, so, well, not that one. Let me go to, yeah. And so, yeah, one of the characters is in a wheelchair, and drawing and inking wheelchairs can suck. So there's that. Um, so, one of the things I wanted to mention, and this has nothing to do with art or my career or anything anything happening business wise, but this is something that's happening on in my neck of the woods, specifically on my block. Um, I've taken in Salazar promoting himself. Feel free to grab Landon's inks and D's links as well, and promote them. Since you're here, Salazar, and I don't think they're whatchamacallit, they're moderators. They don't have a wrench, which I should make them wrenches too. Um, but if you're here and you're wondering about, hey, where's Peter's links? All my links are below. You can, I should mention, hey, like this video. Um, lets me know that you like what you're seeing, what you're hearing. Allison is not with me today, as I mentioned earlier, but I do have a co-host now, or I think as it's listed below, my co-star, because she's pretty terrific. She's freaking highly intelligent. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn, not so smart here. um, but yeah, so there's something that's happened recently. I've taken in this like little, what I thought was a kitten, because she's so tiny. Um, and it was only like an hour ago that I've named her. Um, but I decided to name her Raina. So it's Rana, pronounced, what is it? Rahra, um, Rah space Raina. Um, and the reason I'm doing that is because, surprise, surprise, this stray cat that showed up um, is my new foster cat, because I got neighbors that literally suck. I thought there's this old guy down the block, and I thought it was his cat, but I was like, that can't be, like she's an indoor cat, and she, I've never seen her outside, and Nefarious, welcome, Nefarious, my good buddy. How you doing, man? Um, I, I, I I'm gonna mention. Okay, so Thursday is going to be an open show where people can come in, talk about their projects, chit chat with us, um, sing, make music if you want. It's going to be a year end celebration party, and we're calling it Johnny Lobster's Clam Jam. So, Nefarious, Frank, Landon, D, if you want to come by. Um, so I hate repair graphs because I can't take care of them. They all get ruined. How do you handle this? Are you able to keep them working? Um, yeah, for the most part. Now, so I use. Is it here? Yeah, I use Rot Ring, Rot Rot Ring. I forget how you pronounce it. Anyway, repair graphs, and with these, you can get cartridges for them. Comics mate, I do not sing. Well, we have to get you on to sing then. That's definitely going to happen. So I hope you show up. Oh, welcome, Dean. Welcome, welcome. I hope Lee gets our piece colored soon so we can show that off, man. I'm excited to show people the cinema. Um, but yeah, I'm saying 100 different things. What was I going on about? Repeater Graph Thursday. Oh, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, but everybody here has. Maybe some people watching haven't subscribed. Still, I'm still trying to grow my channel. I think I'm at 1,020 subscribers, so I have gotten a number of new subscribers. I'm still trying to reach 4,000 watched hours. Um, I think I'm at 1,500, something like that. Uh, and Dean says, right? I don't think he's finished coloring that one piece. LOL. I'm sure he's been busy. We all been busy. But that's like next year's project for sure. We'll definitely schedule it out so that we're on top of it. Um, oh, the repair ref. Okay, so yeah, these come with cartridges. It's a little more expensive, but I had one where you added ink, like there was a little bottle of ink, and you squirted it into the tube that's in the cartridge of the technical pen. Um, but I found that that was, I was extremely messy with that, and they did exactly what you were saying. Like they jammed up, the ink dried, pretty quickly in the joints of it. Um, every kind of thing that could go wrong with a technical pen did go wrong. It was worse than an average regular pen, like um but I found these Rotary, I believe it's pronounced. Um and they're pretty terrific, and I haven't had too much trouble with um them uh being clean and working and not getting jammed up with them. Um, so I definitely recommend them. Like I said, the cost is a little more. You're paying a little more for the little cartridges that you pop in and pop out. Um, but I totally think it's worth it. I'm hearing ambulances out of the side of my ear, which I got headphones on, so you probably don't hear it. But um, um, but yeah, definitely worth it. I think they're out in Germany, the makers of this, and you can find them, on Amazon site and other places. And you can also get deals. Like I ordered cartridges for it. Um, can you refill the cartridge yourself? Yeah, I mean technically, yeah, but that like um, it's it's not this obviously it's not the same to refill a cartridge as opposed to refill a pen. Um, and that was Landon's question. But because I try not to let things slow me down. Um, I just I just buy more cartridges. uh, they're not too much. I think for a set of 3 cartridges, it's $3 or $4. I forget. It's been a while. Um, I have about five different sets of them right now. Um, so so I don't run out. Uh, because yeah, it's like rapiographs. That's like I do things mostly brush and quill, but I might go in and touch like little details up and just go in with a technical pen really fast. Um, so I'm gonna leave that and do this. Do these. Um, but yeah, it's like I used the previous technical pen I used. Um, they were white. I'm not sure what the brand was. I forget. But these are brown, and everywhere I've seen this particular brand, they're brown. Um, but they're really good. And then Farius said something. I missed his comment. Um, sorry, Nefarious. Good, bro. Eating some pizza, decorating a tree, watching you draw. You know how we do. Awesome, awesome. Yes, a Merry future Christmas to all. Um, what is everybody here doing for Christmas? I'm probably gonna hang out. Pretty much do the same thing I did for Thanksgiving. Hang out with my ex and her family because that's what I do. Um, I've mentioned on this channel that I had a girlfriend, in recent times. Well, I'm single again. Um, her father passed away, and she's been going through a lot. Um, and it's a long distance relationship on top of it all. Uh, but she's not coping very well with anything, so um, we kind of just haven't been talking to each other or anything. Uh, I'm sure eventually I'll hear from her, but it'll probably be next year, probably months and months and months down the line. So I know me, and I don't like being alone for long, so I'm not currently looking. I'm more focused on work, but yeah, I plan to be single forever. Yeah, different sizes. Is there a size you use the most? Yes, this is the size I use the most, which is it's a 0.35. I also use the thinnest one I use is a 0.25. And that's good for all the very very tiny detail. But this one's good for mostly everything, and 0.70 is as thick as I like it. Because you're dealing with an ink cartridge, and anything bigger is just going to suck up a cartridge pretty fast. So 0.70 is what I use for the borders, and I usually do a double thickness on that. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I'm not doing anything too fancy, but hopefully I'm keeping everybody entertained. Um, and Landon says, "Merry Christmas, Peter. Same to the rest of you guys." Oh wait, let's see. this one. This is Frank doing his wrench duties and sharing out D's Instagram. Go check out D's work and go check out Nefarious's work. There's his link tree. So everybody here should know everybody else. All you guys are awesome in your own individual ways. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, I'm gonna be on. Even though I'm taking a break, I will be joining Lola. Lola Meets on the 27th. I'm not sure what time. To celebrate Justin Belmont's birthday. In fact, I'll show you something. Show you a little something, something. I got in the mail today. I believe it's here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, move that. So this is a piece I'll be inking on Lola's channel. This is Smokes the Fox. It's one of Justin's upcoming books that he'll be crowdfunding next year. This is by Lee Oates after Bob Layton. This is a sort of a homage to the Iron Man cover where he's looking in the mirror and looking at his helmet with Fox, with Smokes the Fox. Yeah, he's doing Smokes the Fox and he's doing Weaponized Werewolf, both with Mike Barron, creator and writer of Nexus and Badger and so many other books. Let's see. Nefarious. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the info, Pete. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Comics Mate has his YouTube channel. Go check out Dean and all he does. Then Frank's partner is Anna Robb, and go check out her YouTube channel. I hope she'll be doing videos soon. She did a recent post on her Instagram. That's right, on Instagram. Frank says, "I'll be spending Christmas with friends." Yep, pretty much what I'm doing. Hail Dean. Yes, indeed. So yeah, I'll be inking this on Lowe's channel on the 27th. Like I said, not sure what the time. I think that's Monday. So you can check me out then. And she says she has things up her sleeve as to what exactly she'll be doing. Probably drinking or more fun other things. She's always a hoot. So that should be fun. I've been meaning to do a ton of things, but you know, I was able to get to my 1K subscriber rate a little faster towards the end because of what is it? Good Stuff had raced to 1K, and I've been meaning to get everybody, or at least most of the people on that list, all their YouTube links, and sort of share them out. because there's a lot of great folks on that list, including Dean, including I'm part of what's it called, Genesis Crew, a bunch of friends, Justin Belmont being one of them, who does Smokes the Fox, um, and a bunch of other great people. So yeah, it's another one of those things. I'm going to be taking like between, um, once I'm done Thursday, between then and the 3rd of July, I'll be working on my studio because I need to do a thorough cleaning, um, and reorganizing, because things have been getting way out of hand, and I got a bunch of stuff I got to mail out. I got a bunch of things to finish off, preferably before the year is out. Uh, so technically, I'll be offline, but I'll be focused on getting work done and working on my studio. Um, and we got Hail Dean, Hail Neff. Um, yeah, she's working on it. The Tarako Creative Cast will stream again in January. Cool, cool. Frank, Frequency Girl, and I spending it just the two of us. Awesome. And for his good stuff is the man. Crack, pack, bow, bow. Yeah. So there's lots of little things I want to improve on and update. And I'm only, even though I have a a co-host now, I'm still a one-man operation. So I'm sure most of you know what that's like. Oh, right. Tomorrow, actually, there is somebody scheduled for tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about shit. I totally forgot about this. We're going to be talking about Nightmare. That's Allison, myself, and Chuck Pignot will be joining us. So it's Allison's idea, creation, but Chuck's going to be scripting, Allison's going to be penciling, I'm going to be inking, and we're going to get a book of that worked on next year. But we'll be talking all about it. And let's see. So that would be tomorrow. Holy shit, I can't believe I forgot about that. Oh, man. And she hasn't reminded me, so it's like, and even though I have it written down somewhere, it's like, I need more of a write stuff in one place and go check that one place to remember what I agreed to and set up and scheduled and all that. So yeah. Frank says, just us three, Neff. Yeah, there's been people who left. That's fine. I thank you for the time you're here. I'm not doing any exciting inking, so, and I don't have my partner to pick up my slack. But it's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, if you're watching this later, then join myself, Allison, and Chuck tomorrow. That should be a lot of fun. We'll go over what our plans are, what the project is, and why we wanted to work together. Um, I hope Frank didn't scare everybody away. I cleaned up my place and my studio room. Now I can't find my wallet. I have to head out. Nice catching up. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you dropping the links. If you're just showing up now, or if you didn't hear me previously, Frank dropped some links to other people who were watching and commenting, and dropped their links. All my links are below. Allison's links are below. I got some other links on my link tree. Bunch of links everywhere. That's probably one of the things I'll update, which is all my links below. Eventually, at some point. But yeah, I want to see if it's possible get issue 2 done in January of Designated. This book I'm working on. That would be very, very nice. I want to get a lot of books done next year. And I plan to at the moment, and you never know what might happen, but I don't want to be saying yes to a lot of stuff because I already have a workload that would kill most people, and I just want to get projects done and out. Unfortunately, I'm not making money on most of them, so I do have to balance it somewhat, which is always the challenge of a freelancer. Um, oh, I will say that the cover I was showing off before and shared on my socials, Tin Soldier and the Phantom Hawk. He hasn't asked for the original artwork, so might be offering that for sale at some point. Landon. Oh, hey, Todd. Todd is also from the Genesis crew. Hey, Peter, Mr. Inkmaster. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for showing up. And Frank says bye. And Landon goes, who 5 of your top favorite artists, Pete? Who are 5 of my favorite top artists? I don't know. I mean, like, it always changes. Like, back in the day, it was John Byrne, George Perez. You think of that era. I'm trying to think a little early. Neil Adams was awesome. Barry Smith. Barry Windsor Smith. Barry Windsor Smith, yeah. John Romita Jr. It changes. Like Joe Mad was doing some terrific work before he morphed his style to where, where it kind of is now, even though he's not doing comics now. Um, I love so many, like Gil Kane, um, Al Williamson, uh, Bernie Wrightson is a name I always mention. Like, there's not a definitive top five. It's just everybody I love. I loved a lot of Walt Simonson's work. I loved a lot of. Um, now I'm trying to think of um, like back in the day who I was following. Gil Kane definitely. Um, around the George Perez era, who else was doing what? Like Herb Trimp was pretty fantastic at what he did. You know, Kirby was still knocking him dead. I mean, Neil was pretty fantastic on a lot of his Marvel work. What is all that? Oh, okay. Um, so many, so many. Well, of course, there was Mike Luda. Like, if you've never seen the book The Studio, that was Mike Luda, Bernie Wrightson, Barry Smith, and Jeff Jones. Before he had a sex operation, changed his name or added to his name or whatever he did. She something, but they were pretty fantastic, and that was a fantastic book. Um, I think I had two copies, but since I moved from New York, I got rid of everything. So I have a collection of books here, but it's not really necessarily the top five of everything I want. Brian Bolin is pretty fantastic. Um, One artist I followed is Dave Gibbons. Oh, I picked up a lot of his work, and he's pretty fantastic. And most people know him from Watchmen, but he did a book called "Give Me Liberty" with Frank Miller, and the art on that was fabulous. Um, he recently did an interview. I only listened to very little of it because he has a heavy accent, and I was like trying to concentrate. um, but I think the world of him. I think the world of him and his work. He's just super tight and super like spot on what you should be doing as an artist. Um, there's what's his name, Greg Kapoor, that that has done a bunch of Spawn books and other things. He does fantastic work. It's like the list is really endless, and I can't really name top five at the moment. And it's always ever changing, like just based on um, what I'm most reading at the moment or familiar with or whatever. John Buscema did some fantastic um, Savage Sword of Conan books issues. That was the magazine size Conan black and white stories, inked by some phenomenal Alfredo Alcala, Rudy Nevers. Rudy Nevers, man, his inking and his craft, phenomenal. Alex Nino, I fucking love Alex Nino's work. Um, he's a fantastic artist. Um, and definitely, I think, like there's certain artists that like you really love their work, but you never want to. You don't really necessarily want it to inspire your work, but um, I want to suck up like a sponge a lot of what Byrne does, but also Alex Nino, um, Andy Braz is necessarily a comic artist. He's a Instagram artist. I don't know, pinup artist, I guess you could say. He's pretty fantastic. Landon says, I need to get that book. I've seen stuff online, but I don't own the book. So many books on my future wish list. Absolutely. He says, all those guys are amazing. Yeah. I mean, like, um, going back, like John Byrne, I think the first time I saw his work was some weird fanzine book where he was doing Robbie the Robot or whatever the hell his robot character's name was. Um, and it's like, I don't know who this guy is, but it's kind of quirky, kind of nice. And then, he showed up doing X-Men and it was like, yep, this is what you should be doing. Especially Terry Austin inking him. It was like match made in heaven. Terry Austin. I hope people gave Terry the credit he deserves, man. Throat dry all of a sudden. Excuse me. But yeah, it's like I can go on and on. I probably forget more names than I remember at this time. Like, okay, so somebody mentioned doing a project. Maybe it's coming out next year with Pat Broderick. Oh, I think it was Mike Byrne. Um, and was showing off some of his art. Pat Broderick. Um, I always really liked his work. He's not perfect. He's not perfect. Um, but there's some artists that I look at totally as an inker, and I'm like, man, I would kill to ink that person. And Pat Broderick was one of those people. It's like I really like his work, and just saw ways I can improve on what's on page and stuff. And it's like, if I ever get a chance to ink Pat's work, that would be super cool. Um, I felt that way about, what was his name? The Fantastic Four artist. This is way after John Byrne. Ryan something. Um, I was like, I really like this guy's work. He's a little stiff maybe, but I would love to ink his work. And I actually got the chance to ink him on a cover. Same thing with freaking Mike Grell. If you don't know Mike Grell, he did a Green Arrow. There's a miniseries, Green Arrow, something, Archer's War, or I don't know, something. Anyway, Mike Grell is freaking fantastic. I love his work. And he did Warlord, which character goes to the center of the earth, and it's living there. and he becomes the warlord. Love that book. Dinosaurs and savage living, and really a lot of fun. And Mike's work on it was so good. Um, other artists took it over, and he did a bunch of rush jobs on it, but still, always loved that job, that book. Uh, Landon says, let's see. I like John Byrne. Obviously, he's a great artist, but I think people don't understand his personality. I kind of get him now. I know people think he's rough around the edges or whatever. And, frankly, I never really read any of that or really know any of that side of him. I love his work. That's what matters. If his personality was different, he wouldn't be John Byrne. Yeah. Um, Dean says, "Wait until you see the cover I'm working on now, Peter. You're gonna love inking it." Well, that tells me it's gonna be quite the busy cover. I can't just um, get work on some former Disney artist or something that you know draws the figure, and that's the page. Everything has got to be insane detail because Peter Palmiotti is inking it. We're gonna drive him crazy. But man, I got started in this industry, um, inking backgrounds. Both for my brother. I did some of that for Rodney Ramos. I did um, background inks when I worked up at Valiant. I made a point to sort of train myself to get better. So I filled in blacks. I inked backgrounds. I did both of those for years, um, because I knew my skills weren't up to where I would like them. And currently it's like, even though I've done a lot more amazing work this year because I had more of an opportunity to work over some really incredible artists. It's like I know I still have to up my skills. I know I could do better. And I mean, I can do better is the title of this episode. It's like, um, and that's my point of it all. It's like I feel I could do better, and like part of it is going to be me improving my drawing skills. Like that alone will improve how I see the pencils and how I can, sort of work them better. If you're watching, you're wondering like, he's just inking some straight lines, and it's quite boring. But it's not about what I'm working on. Don't be, don't misunderstand. Not every page is going to be the Mona Lisa. This is comics. There's going to be a lot of standard pages that add to the story, but don't necessarily wow you like every single, I don't know, image page in the beginning of an image. Not everything has to hit you over the head. uh part of the goal with comics is telling a story. um and Taga's sign of a great artist is continue process of improving, honing that craft. It's so cool to see an artist you love leveling up to the next level in their art. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I appreciate both things. Like, in the case of like somebody like John Byrne, um, I really appreciate somebody who starts out with a style and continues throughout their career with it. Like, that's John Byrne. That's, you know, George Perez. That's John Buscema. And I'll say this because I hear a lot of people when they talk about John Buscema, they say John Buscema. I don't know if Buscema is wrong. I don't care. It's the way I've always said it. It's the way my brother always said it, and I'm sticking with it. Some names you're just gonna get wrong. So, Bill Sienkiewicz, I can say. Bill Sienkiewicz is another phenomenal artist. P. Craig Russell. I can't believe I haven't mentioned him yet, but P. Craig Russell. Um, he's done a lot of work. I'm like, that's nice. That's nice. That's well done. That's well crafted. It's not necessarily my thing, but he did Kill Raven back in the day, and I love his work. And there was a book he did, independent, published. Well, it was published by I forget, Eternity, not Eternity, Eclipse. I don't know. Anyway, P. Gray Russell, like Nightstand, Night Shift, something or another. It was a black and white, couple of short stories, but in that, if you look at my work and look at his work, you might see the influence. That's how much I love what he does. Landon says, I think you got the inking down. Perhaps some of the things you need to work on the pencil side is the fundamentals. Me too. I feel I should draw more from life than I do to learn. Yeah, I mean, it's like there are definitely things as a penciler that I want to improve on, that learning the fundamentals from life would improve that. But there's also a comic book language that I want to integrate into my work, that will never be true to real life. Um, and that, therefore, by copying real life would be a mistake. I want to learn specific things from other artists. There's a YouTuber artist. Let's see if I can pull his name out of my ass. It's been too long. Man, there's an artist on YouTube. That's a very comic book style, that has done plenty of art videos. Been around for years, so it's not somebody new, not somebody in the last 4 or 5 years or whatever. He's been there a long, long time. That I wanna actually learn from him, um, as well as a bunch of other people. But let's see. Is that right? Heard that? If you ever want to sort of cross critique on your pencil, just hit me up on Instagram and you can help me out. Also, you said something to me in the past that really helped me to think on. My pleasure, man. I'm always up for that. Frankly, I'm not necessarily looking for critique. I know what's right. I know what's wrong. I know what works. I know what doesn't. I've been in the industry working itself for 30 years, but I've been thinking on this for, you know, all my life. You have to integrate the comic language for real life. Absolutely, yeah. Um, that's what the best artists do. Absolutely. And Dean says 100% Peter Allmer references pictures other artists have drawn, and it's good to see how someone else drew it first. Yeah, you know, it's like there's things happen in real life with, especially like figures, if anything, like um, that you contort a figure in a certain way, and like if you were to take a picture and then draw it exactly how you see it, it just looks weird. And there's sort of a thing that comic book artists do, like John Byrne's anatomy is wrong, but it looks gorgeous. It looks like it works, and that's the main thing. That's the important thing. And probably same with George Perez and a bunch of those great artists. Um, but it just so there's things I feel like I'm pulled in stylistically, and we'll see what happens. Like I won't know until I draw my issue of retro. So I want to get the first issue of retro done, um, and crowdfunded, and then I'll start focusing on writing and penciling the next issue, and that will be my true gauge of where my style is at, because I'll be training myself the whole way as I pencil that book, and I'm going to fully pencil before I ink, because I want to pencil tight, and I'm really learning the craft of penciling. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks everybody for chatting in the chats, coming around and keeping me company. Um, and I hope you've been entertained, informed, and evacuated. I don't know what that means. Um, like I said, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't. Become a patron. I'm trying to do daily drawings, not successfully in the last weekend, but I'll get back to it tomorrow. Um, on my Patreon to give them a little something extra. And yeah, I'll see you again next few days. Tomorrow, like I said, Allison, myself, and Chuck Pignon will be discussing a book we'll be working on together next year. And then Thursday, a special episode called Johnny Lobster's Clam Jam. Be singing and music and yes, evacuated. I don't know what that means. Landon says, "Thanks, Pete. Peace, dude. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all and to all. I'll be back before that, but always happy holidays. Have a great day. Have a great night."